Hello, and welcome back to another lesson of C++ in CodeHS. I'm your host, Riley, and today we'll be going over 1.2.8, fast food. So in the last two, we learned that there is a new hashtag include, which is bits/std C++.h, which incorporates all the C++ libraries in one line instead of multiple. So, really handy trick if you need to help boost your PC's speed or Mac speed or processing speed. This will help exponentially, so make sure to give it a try. Next, we always use using namespace std, so we don't have to enter std in front of every single line of code. So, fast food. Here is our assignment that we're trying to complete. We need to write a program that will prompt the user for the number of chicken sandwiches, waffle fries, and sodas. Then we need to calculate and print the total before tax, the amount of sales tax, and the final total. Now, for right here, we already have how much each costs. So we know how much it should cost, just like the sales tax is 10%. So when we're finding these calculations, we know how much each costs. So going back to the monitor, as we see here, when we run it, we'll see that this basic code right here is just going to take the user's name. So, Riley Guy. Number of chicken sandwiches. And as you see here, get line to take the entire line. Not cin, get line, because we want to take the entire line so that we can get both the first, middle, and last name instead of just the first name. Now, as you see, it's asking for a prompt right here. If we look over here, we've declared a variable. It's not a string like name was. It's a variable, integer. Now, we've declared this as integer C for chicken. Now, we've declared the variable, we've asked them for the number of chicken sandwiches, and now we're taking in. Note how it's a cin input. Means it'll only take one word or one character, if you will, before a space. So I'm going to quickly enter 7 because we have 7 chicken sandwiches. That's how much we're going to buy, and we need to make sure we have enough money. So note right here, after we click enter, we've then it's going to change the variable. Well, it's going to add a new variable, the n variable, which note is not an integer. It is a double. And remember the difference. Integer does not have decimals. Double does have decimals. So when we're dealing with cents, we always want to use double because the cents are in decimals, and decimals do matter. So right here, this double n. So now variable n, which takes the decimals, is now equal to c. C is the integer that we inputted. Right now, c is 7. C is worth 7. And then we're going to times it by 3.90, which is $3.90, because the assignment told us that one chicken sandwich costs $3.90. So if we have 7 of them, we want to multiply it to get the final total of how much all these chicken sandwiches is. So if I click enter, oh, I hate when this happens. We're going to stop the program and run it one more time. So we're going to enter our name, Riley Guy, enter 7, enter. Now it's asking us for the number of waffle fries. So we scroll down here, number of waffle fries, same thing. It's introducing a new integer, W for waffle. It's then taking in W. Note cin again because we only want to take in one character, if you will. Now, we're going to enter it. So I'm going to let's just do 9. And note that when we click enter, we're going to introduce a new variable, E, which is a double, again, because we want to take in the decimal. Now, E, the variable E, is equal to W, which right now is 9, times $2.20, because the assignment told us, again, that one waffle fries is $2.20, which we will then take that, the code will then take that, times it by whatever we enter here, which is W, which is what we just entered, and then that will give us the total for this. So if I was to enter a completely other number, it would still do the same formula, if you will. So this is the formula to find this. It's like this is the formula to find this. Note how the numbers are different because they cost differently. So if I click enter, now it's asking us for the number of sodas. Same thing. We're introducing a new variable, an integer, S, for sodas. We're then going to cin S, take S. So I'm just going to put S as 6. Now that we have 6, when I click enter, it's going to introduce a new variable, A, which is a double variable. Keep in mind, we do want decimals. It'll then use this formula, A, the double variable, equals S. So equals 6 times $1.60 because a soda is $1.60. Then again, taking it, multiplying it together so that we have the final total of how much all the sodas, no matter what number it would have entered, come together. So if I click the enter button, it gives me all of these numbers. Let's go through the code to see what they mean. Right here, this just separates it so they're, look a little neater. Not really anything big. Now, if we go down here, bunch of new code, bunch of new variables. For example, F. So, as you see in this comment here, double variable stated to take decimals. Add up all the subtotal before tax added. So, F is the new variable, the double variable, which is the subtotal, as we can see. So, variable F is equal to variable N, which is 7 times the thing. So if we look up here, N is equal to this. So our final total of how much chicken sandwiches cost. E, which is right here, equal to the final total of how much the waffle fries cost. And the A, how much the final total of the number of sodas. It's going to add them all up, and that's equals to F. So then we see out the subtotal is F, which is the subtotal before tax of all of these added up, and then it gives us 56.7, which is $56.70. Now we end line to go on to the next line, which is the tax. Now we've stated another variable, t. It's declared by using a double to take decimals. We want to take the variable t, which is the because we want to find the tax right now. So variable t, the tax, is equal to F. And F is the subtotal. So we take the subtotal times 0.10, which is the tax. 10 cents equals 10% is right now 0.1. So we take that, times it, and we get the new number, $5.67. Now we go down here and we look at more. It's outing the number that it just computed to here. So we see out T, which is the tax. Then we end the line. Note the next line is the final total. It takes F, the subtotal, T, the tax, and adds them together to get the final number, the subtotal plus the tax, which gives us the final total of the meal. And then we end line to go down to here you go, and takes the name. Another good way to end your program is this, like the start of your program. Of course, this is a string. These are variables. Do keep that in mind. And see you next time. So if we look here, math, as I said before, is used in coding. So do keep that in mind. So we used these specific formulas to take the numbers that is equal to. If we go back to assignment here, it gives us how much all this costs. We just needed to make a formula and code it so that it would give us no matter what number we entered. So if I just run this thing one more time, just to show you that it's not just one number, the guy didn't capitalize there. Number of sandwiches. I'm just going to enter 2. And it can be even or odd. It literally does not matter. It's the formula that matters. Then I'm going to enter, say I want to buy 20 waffle fries. Because keep in mind, I haven't spaced, so it's still going to take this because it's a C in, not a get line. Enter. And sodas. I'm gonna be a big spender. I'm gonna buy 109 sodas. Same thing. It'll give me the same total. It'll take that, plug these numbers into the formula. So if we go back up here, chicken sandwiches, plugs 2 into here and times it by that to find the total. Takes 20, puts it into here to find the total of how much the waffle fries will cost. Same thing, 109, the sodas, plugs that in right here and find the final total of the sodas. Then a new variable is introduced, F, to find the subtotal. It adds all 3 of them together so that they're all there. So the subtotal of how much this costs, and this costs is right there. Then to find the tax, we times it by 0.1, which is 10%. We then find that right there by plugging into the formula T equals F times 0.1, which is subtotal, whatever this number may be, times 0.1. We then get that number. Then we see out it to the monitor so that it can show what the tax is. We end the line. Now we see out the total, which we just add F plus T. We add the subtotal plus the tax, which gives you the final total. This is how much you pay for your meal if you did this. So it's the same thing. No matter what numbers you enter, it doesn't matter. As long as your formula and code is right, it's almost like a calculator. It will compute the same thing every time. And as always, the return 0 command is used to let the compiler know the program is finished and is ready to run. So same thing. As long as your formulas, your calculations, your code, your syntaxes is right, no matter what numbers you enter here, it will compute to exactly what you want it to compute, which in this instance is these numbers, the subtotal, tax, and the total. So in answer to the assignment question, make a program that will prompt the user for that and calculate and print the total before tax, amount of sales tax, and the final tax. It gives it. Here's our subtotal, here's our tax, and here's our final total, how much we have to bring if we want to order this stuff. So it's almost like we created a mini calculator. We could theoretically make it a real calculator if we entered in a bunch more formulas for every possible outcome, but that's not what we're doing right now. So, as we see here, that's how you do it. This is how you go from here to here. Then again, that was 1.2.8 fast food in CodeHS. I will see you next time in another video. Goodbye.